Fridays are absolutely my favorite days because I get to sit down with South Africa's most talented people, beautiful at that, but also just get to know them a little bit better. So my next guest's name is Hlengiwe Pearl, and her soothing Afro-soul sounds have gained her fans across the world and the country and the continent, across all age groups. I mean, her latest album, titled Untold Stories of Salvation, is born out of love, inner strength and respect for her craft. And she joins me now to discuss her upcoming live performance, that's right, at the Barnyard Theatre, and how the pandemic, on the other hand, has affected the industry. Hlengiwe, good to have you. Morning.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. I mean, I want to get to know you over tea. As you can see, the little porties. We're just saying, you know, they make you want to hold the cup in a very delicate manner, because they're just so beautiful. And we'll have our breakfast in just a moment.
Yeah.
But I want to take you back to Mlazi, Hlengiwe, where you grew up. What was young Hlengiwe like growing up?
Oh, my word. Young Hlengiwe was such a dreamer. I used to do everything. I used to do modeling, singing, and I attempted doing sports as well, but I was too short for netball, and I couldn't run faster for being an for being a runner, rather.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to do everything. So, yeah, I was always singing, making noise, always busy during weekends. I was that kind of a child.
You're busy bee. And that's the thing about creatives and talents,
Yeah.
right? You always have your hand in certain things just to keep creative. And you
Yeah.
did that as a child.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Well, we're going to touch more on that. Let me invite our chef, Mandla. Mandla, who joins us. Good morning to you, Mandla.
How are you?
I mean, I'm fantastic. I'm happy to see you, because you are going to be feeding us, which, you know, every girl loves, actually. What do you have for us?
You know, guys, I'm always spoiling you every day this morning, eh? So the things that we have today, we have the croissants, and we have the salmon bagel as well. And we have the scones and the eclairs. You have the chocolate eclair, and we have the custard eclair as well. So inside, actually, like eclairs, they've got custard. And yes, you're going to enjoy everything, and yeah.
I can't wait. Please be our guest.
Trust me.
I can't wait to indulge.
Trust
and
me.
of course, while Mandla is feeding us, because, you know, every girl loves a good meal, I want to talk about, you know, your involvement in the church choir, because, you know, that almost forms the foundation of you singing, actually singing at church.
Oh, wow, I did not see that coming, but hello, that's me. I cannot escape that. Again, I started being active at church at a very young age, and this is where I was affirmed as a singer. This is where I sang, and I always tell a story about this old woman who gave me a gift, you know, of shoes. She bought me shoes, and she said, "I wish you well. May you sing and just do well." At that point, I didn't know this is what I was going to pursue.
Right.
So now I'm also very involved at church. The church is very supportive in my career. Actually, this coming Sunday, I'll be singing at church. That's
Beautiful. You're going back to your foundation. This is where, of course, your roots come from. Let's indulge in some food, of course, as we are talking. I'm seeing, you know, a nice, you know, scone here that I want to just,
my Lord.
if you may allow me, South Africa, to indulge. Please be my guest. And Hlengiwe, as we do that, you know, we can't deny the fact that the COVID-19 pandemic has affected, you know, the music industry. I'm sure you're not immune to that as well. How have you maneuvered throughout this pandemic?
Again, I always say this when I'm being interviewed or just asked by friends and anyone else. Honestly, I wanted to sleep during the pandemic. Yes, I was very prayerful, very scared at some point because of what was happening, very concerned about my own career. You know, the fact that I was not going to be able to go out there and sing and make money, because I make money by going out, not by being at home. I was very concerned about that. However, I was also very exhausted from so much that I had been going through. So it was just time for me to rest. Luckily for me, I got to do a bit of that and work as well, because the Untold Stories of Salvation was born, or rather made during the lockdown. The songs had been there for years, but that's when everything came to life.
Yeah, and I want to talk about that in just a moment, because, you know, quite interestingly, the Untold Stories of Salvation talk about love. And I feel like there's never been a time the world needed to hear that message like right now. What aspects of love do you talk about? Is it just romantic love? Is this any, you know, relationship that you may be in with a friend, with, you know, anyone where you need to exchange an energy filled with love?
Oh, definitely. I cannot box it to just love between a man and a woman. Love is general. It's for everyone else, and it affects, and we all need it. However, this was born from something very sacred. We were just talking about a certain couple that I will not mention, you know, that I truly believe whatever they're dealing with, they're supposed to deal with privately, because an institution like marriage is something very sacred and private. So this music was born from something like that, you know, love between a man and a woman. But then I got to think about the world at large, that, hey, what are we without love? We are born from love, and we breathe and we need love.
Absolutely. And also, I mean, when we talk about the support in terms of making, you know, music, is it challenging? Has it been challenging? I know you have to book studios. I know you need to go for your photo shoot. We're in the middle of a pandemic. A lot of artists have been saying, Hlengiwe, that there wasn't enough intention and support from government. How did you maneuver all those challenges to bring us this product at the end of the day?
Oh, again, I'll take you back to church. Being a church girl and having been serving at church, God just made a way for me to have financial support from church. You know, I had someone that I knew from church, or that I know from church, who just took care of my financial burdens when it comes to my projects, because it's a lot of money. Remember, we have record companies who are supposed to take care of that. And if you're an independent artist like me, you need all the zaga in the world to make this happen.
Independent artist. That's another conversation. Just in terms of managing all the affairs for you. And it makes me wonder what your perspective then is on record labels. Was it more of an intention for you to be independent? Were you signed before? Would you consider ever getting signed? What's your perspective on how even record labels handle their artists in today's day and age?
You know, luckily for me, I do my research very well. I'd like to give myself that. So I had conversations with different people before I even started my first single. Well, how should I do this? Independently or with a record company? And I remember I had a meeting with one of the big record labels. I said, someone advised me, no, do it independently, and then you can steal a few things from the record company, like licensing and so many other things that the record company can help you with. But doing it independently is the best, because when you reap, when you get back, it's all yours. No one will take, you know, something from you. And you learn the nature of the business, because the company takes care of everything and you're just saying, and, you know, but being independent, it really makes you clued up and makes you to chase your dream. This is on you.
Does it also make you business savvy? Because at times, I mean, I just assume here, based on some of the reports we're seeing in the media, that, you know, there's a team that works behind you. You focus on the craft when you are signed. That is, you don't really understand the nitty-gritties behind, you know, financing, resources, you know, closing deals, because of the team behind you helping you with that division. Does that make you more, you know, business savvy in knowing that it's not just about the art and craft, it's also about, you know, making sure that this is a sustainable business?
Oh, definitely. It does make you business savvy, which works for us a lot. I mean, we have people like my idol, Brenda Fassie, who were robbed, where, you know, so many things happened. I mean, some of the stories we don't even know because they were that bad. With me, yes, I do have a team that are helping me and, you know, making things happen. But I'm that close. I'm exposed to what they're doing and just seeing the work that goes behind building the brand and making sure that you are out there. So I'm much closer than being in a record company, and I'm aware of certain conversations, because also it's a lot to do to create music and handle that. But it's also a good skill to have as a singer.
Listen, I suppose it works for you at the same time. I can almost hear, though, as we're talking, South Africans saying, Tumelo, uja di scones, and Mwanomong hasn't even had a taste of a croissant. I'm going to let you get a bite in, and we'll continue our conversation, of course, with Hlengiwe Pearl. Make sure that you, of course, stick around for that. But also,